Guilty Gear Strive. Teach me.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy King J, and today we have a Guilty Gear Strive Teach Me video, but it's quite a bit different. You never usually see my face, but now you see another face on that side. So today we have a special guest. Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, YouTube. My name is DIAPHONE, and pleasure to have me on, King J. Appreciate it, man.
Definitely doing big things. Red Bull Kumite came second place, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you was at CEO as well, man, 2021. You came, was it 7th? Am I correct? 7th?
Yeah, 7th, top 8, yep.
All right, I've been paying attention. So there we go. Just wanted to make sure. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the version 1.10 changes, the general changes. We're not going to go over all the characters. We're just going to go over the version 1.10 changes to the game so that everyone understands. Because one thing I wanted to introduce to people is that I did make the guide before version 1.10 came out, but as soon as I done loads of guides, version 1.10 came out, and it was like, well, what do I do? So I still released the guides, but I also want to do a general update so people can get up to date with what's going on. So yeah, let's get on with the changes, man.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and like I said, it's been a month or two since the actual changes, but now we have the wisdom of hindsight, and we have a better idea of how these changes actually impact the meta, so we can also discuss that as well. I think it'll be good.
All right, let's get into it, man.
So you just want to start going through them?
Yeah, let's go through.
Yeah, so we'll just go right in the order of the change log. So the first thing they changed was the input buffer. And for me, this input buffer for reversal. So for example, if I knock you down, you try to do DP on knockdown, it's a lot easier to do it, right? It still takes a requirement for timing, but yeah, you see you got it there. This makes the game a lot more beginner friendly, because I originally had a really tough time. Maybe it was like 2 or 3 frames, and it moved from like that to maybe like 5 frames. It's really hard to miss it now. And because of that, like, one of the strategies I used to use against a soul player is like, I'm just gonna meaty them and hope they screw up the reversal. And like, now you can't really do that, right? And I think it's good for new players because, again, you don't have to grind out the timings so much in training mode. So yeah, it's a good change. It's a good change.
Nice.
Yeah, so the second change, they actually changed the throws a lot. So one, they made throw attacking a lot easier. So if you just want to run up and throw, and so I missed that, but try. Oh, that was fine. I got. There we go. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to tech. Before the throw, when they used to be like 5 frames, and like teching 2 times in a row like that would have been very hard. But now it's like, it's actually a viable option to like try to tech when you think a throw is coming. You still can't do a reaction, right? Like, there's no way you're gonna. The throw animation is too like hidden, and it's only like 10 or 12 frames or something like that. But you at least throwing now is a more viable defensive option, because a lot of times, let's say you're gonna go for a throw. Oh no! All right, go for it again. People just backdash, right? Or people will they'll do like a jump aerial and then they'll hit you. Now, like, teching is actually a better defensive option, and I see a lot more people going for the defensive techs nowadays, because again, it's a lot lower risk because you can just do like a delayed tech like this, and like, let's say do a like throw me and then either do a meaty normal or do a grab. Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, meaty timings. Oh no, I didn't think you did it. All right, there. So see how I tried the throw there, but I actually got nothing. I actually just blocked her normal. So try throwing me and then do a meaty again. And so like, you'll catch my backdash, right? So backdashing in that kind of situation is a lot riskier potentially than whiffing a throw. So think of it as like I mean, you obviously have ways to beat my throw, but now like, throw teching when you think they're gonna throw is actually it can be a viable option, right? Okay. Yeah, no longer causes throw clash if the players press the button. So there's like some option selects where you could like throw tech using the burst, which is kind of weird. Like, that would result in a throw if you were close. That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's like a fix.
Yeah, bug fix for sure.
Okay.
the main thing they changed though is there used to be this option select. Well, it still exists, where if you whiff a throw, you can immediately RC it, right? It's really easy if you haven't tried it. You just just like that. It still works. However, if you do it to me,
Oh, whoops! That-
you see how yeah, exactly. So that's a change. It still works. You still get a combo after this.
that has to be a bug, no?
No, this is they changed it like this on purpose. Because before the throw tech used to knock you wouldn't use the meter and then you would just get a throw. Right? Now you're wasting 50 meter to get the same damage that you would from a throw, right? You see how this does, that's a 63, and this does, the third actually does more damage, right? So you're trading off safety for meter usage, if that makes sense. As opposed to before, we could just always do it for free. And it was a very, very strong option. Now it's not as strong because your combo afterwards sucks. So it's a big change, especially like I heard the character like Soul, because Soul could just always do that. So let's say run up to me and do the throw PRC. Like run up to me second react. And then you punish my backdash.
Wow.
It's really good. It's really good. Or if I jump, then you just hit a 5k. And now if you're gonna do that, it costs 50 meter, which doesn't mean you can just keep doing it off of like every knockdown.
Crazy. I feel like this is, before we go into the next one, I feel like this is what Potemkin players were complaining about. Because I remember when they do the pot buster, that sometimes they press it early and they don't get that big damage.
Yep.
And
so
it's not nice.
it used to be really good with Potemkin because he can do that with pot buster, and then if the pot buster hits, you keep the 50 meter, and then you can just do the next knockdown. So it is definitely a nerf to characters that like to rely on grabs, like Soul or Potemkin for sure.
Nice. All right, let's say the next one, man.
So this is something that like I've never come up, and I forgot was a change. So it's kind of cool to look over these. But this is a successful air throw no longer increase the wall break value. So take throws, like ground throws, increase the wall break value like a lot. So take, for example, this happens, and this combo will break the wall. Right? Just one combo, where if I do this combo like normally, it doesn't break the wall. You see that? I actually still have like a few more hits to go before the wall breaks. So throws actually make you break the wall really easily. Apparently, air throws, if you want to jump up. Oh, actually, let me reset. And now let me do the same combo.
Oh.
What? What is this change? I don't know what this passionate is. It obviously acts exactly the same way. So maybe there was a bug where it didn't used to increase the scaling, and now it does. Now it looks like it works the same as ground throw.
Yeah.
Like I said, I never noticed it because like when are you ever going for air throw in that situation? Especially as Eno, where you can just like hit them with jump normals and then they have to take a mix up on the ground. Usually I'll get like try to jump over this note when it comes. I'll get air throw in this situation, which doesn't really matter because you're not anywhere near the wall. So it doesn't come up very often.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The next change is about counters. It's more of a like bug. Like there used to be like if you've seen like especially on PS4, there like be a counter and the game would like freeze for 3 seconds. That doesn't happen anymore. Is there a way to? No. But yeah, let me the way it changes for Enos, you actually do get I think you get a little bit more time to confirm off of it. So do like a jump and then 2H or something.
Jumping in
like 2H when you land.
Oh, when I land.
Yeah.
Oh.
Try it again. Oh no, I think you're doing I'll just delay my button. Yeah.
Oh.
And so doing this move, 2H and the H stroke, is actually really scary because you can just throw this if I'm autopiloting. Let's say you block here. Or actually just on hit, after you get hit by the 2H, just smash grab. So you don't want to do that on non-hit because like people can react with grab. But now there's the counter hit change. Do the same thing, jump up and then hit 2H. Oh, try it again. I can react to the counter hit and then put in my heavy stroke. So it's kind of nice for characters that can like actually confirm off of their counter hits because you do get a little bit more time thanks to the patch.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it for that. The Roman cancel, they changed some of the scaling during the slowdown. So before it used to be like more optimal to do a combo like this, where I do a fast RC. Now if I do this, okay, that combo doesn't work, but if I'm near the corner, it does. So now where I pop up, that actually does more damage, right? So you don't. Before you used to see people do fast RC combos more, and now you don't need to do them. So it just kind of made the game a little executionally easier. I personally never go for fast RC, unless I'm trying to do like really swaggy shit like this. But that's not a change. So you can just do the your regular RC combos, and there's no detriment to it.
Nice. All right, cool. So like, is there anything else?
Changes. Oh yeah, we have plenty of changes. Yeah,
There's a whole load.
Yeah, a whole load of changes. Yeah. So overdrives no longer negates slowdown activation. Activating Roman cancel during overdrive now causes slowdown. It's not really that impactful. So sometimes like it's gonna be hard to show, but like let's say I BRC in your face, right? And then you also super at the same time. It's easier to react to the super and then like punish it. So let's say dude jump up and super. Jump up, land, and super. You see how like I could see your activation and then I can block and yeah, that's it's a very minor change, but apparently they made it so that my BRC will slow down your super a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. Any other stuff? Well, there's loads of other stuff, but
yeah, loads of other stuff. Yeah, it's funny because like the most impactful changes, like I'm reading this change right now. The homing jump is no longer possible to activate Roman cancel during the dust attack follow up. Adjusted the visual attack. Like that's all. It's just like a glitch. Like no one ever did that. Actually, like no one ever did full RC dust into RC. Like okay, like all right, that's a change, but yeah, it doesn't really impact the meta. There's a couple other changes like wall stick. They fixed the bug where the character's position wouldn't change, but that didn't really impact everything. People thought it was gonna change like the Eno wall slump stuff, but it didn't. So that's a non-change. Same thing with this wall break bug. Yeah, there's a lot of bug changes that like didn't really impact that much outside of glitches. The psych burst, this is actually pretty important because gold burst I think is one of the strongest options in the game, right? Because you don't waste all your meter. Like you see how I still get like, even though my burst width, I still keep some of my burst as opposed to blue burst where you lose it all. If I hit it, I get 100 meter, right? So they actually buffed it because now it has longer range. So at like this range, gold burst would not have worked last patch, but now it does. So it makes burst baiting harder. It makes gold burst just that much better because again, it's harder to bait. So a gold burst buff, who would have? Kind of weird because it's like already such a strong mechanic, but they even made it better. Nice. They changed a couple things on clashing, but again, these are like just bug fixes, so it doesn't really matter too much. There's like some projectile clashing too, but those only really matter specific matchups. Like let's say, like a Kai throws a fireball at I actually don't know. It says the projectile with a lower clash level will now be erased, but yeah, I'm not really sure what that impacts. To be honest, I think it's very niche situations, so I might count that as the bug fix because I can't really think of anything specifically. The main changes, especially for like Eno, and actually for Soul or most characters they play, is that either the jump S or the jump HS, depends on the character. All characters JSs and JHSs now give counter hit. So this is actually pretty big for Eno, because before, if I got like a situation like this and it was counter hit, I just got a pretty basic combo, right? But now if you want to jump up and jump down, then do the 2H thing again.
Okay.
Oh. Try it again. Oh no. And see how I get another 2 JS, right? So it's really good for characters that like to be in the air, because they get more damage and more confirms off of their regular jump normals, which is super nice. I know not just Eno benefited from this a lot, but pretty much like every character did. Even someone like Kai, who you don't think is going to be in the air, when they do a JS and it hits counter hit, and then they can like run up and get a combo. Same thing with Soul. Like, I'm pretty sure Soul. I don't think, what's Soul's JS? I think it's that like little.
JS. I don't know.
Yeah, that move. So like here, yeah, see how that gives you a counter now too, and now you can run up and get like a 5S. Yeah, so that's really good too. So yeah, that benefited a lot of characters. I know Soul, a lot of characters' routes, such as Soul, changed because of this change as well. That you can Gatling into jump D. So for example, if you do jump S and then jump D, oh, you don't have to jump cancel. You just do it.
Oh, I don't have to jump cancel.
No. Oh, before you had the jump cancel. I guess it's kind of hard to show. Maybe I'll like meet you there. Yeah. So now his combos require that kind of link, where before he couldn't do that. And same thing with Eno. It's actually really good with Eno. So I could do a double overhead now, where before I couldn't do that. I had to do this and this thing combo and hit. Now Eno's mix got way better because I can double overhead you, which is kind of messed up, not gonna lie.
That's definitely not beginner friendly.
Yeah, no, not beginner friendly at all. So yeah, that change impacted a lot for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, there's 2 other changes, and then we're actually done with the changes, but they're both very, very important, very impactful. One of them is FD is a lot stronger now. So when you FD, not only before it used to FD, yeah, just being that. Before it used to give you additional frames of block stun, so it was kind of scary to do. Like, let's say a Soul's doing 5S and the 5S and the 5S. If you want to try that on me. Yeah. Yeah, so still pretty good, but you see how you have to like delay it a little bit. It's better now than before because I can contest you after it now. Before, because you had additional plus like frame advantage when you do your 5S on my FD, it gets hard to press the button. Now if you do it, like I can swing more easily, right? Which makes someone like Soul's pressure not as good. The other thing is FD can create more knockback. It depends on the normal. Like obviously Soul, like it's still pretty good for him. But especially against characters like let's say Potemkin doing Garuda into Garuda, that's gotten weakened. Same thing with Goldlewis. That's gotten weakened because now FD pushes them back further. Where before it used to like not really do much, to be honest. So good change overall for sure.
Nice.
And then the last change is actually that was the last change, was that guard crush moves such as Goldlewis and Potemkin, because those are guard crush moves, they used to not really get impacted, and now they do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the changes. I do want to say I think the most impactful changes are the FD, what we just talked about, pushing people out more. The jump S counter hit, because again it lets people get better conversions. The canceling in the jump D, because like new characters get routes, and new characters like Eno, characters get new mix-up potential, such as Eno being able to cancel JS and the JD. And then other than that, it's a lot of bug fixes. And then I think personally the input buffer in theory shouldn't be a change, but it's a big change because again it makes everything easier, which means more people are going to get reversals out. And the other biggest change was that throw change that I showed you about. Not being able to do throw RCOS every time, and having to get that makes that option a lot weaker. So those are the main changes. Most of the other stuff's bugs, but yeah, I think this looking back at this changelog, it definitely had a pretty big impact on the meta for sure. Even though it seems like it's a bunch of general changes, they impact some characters more than others.
Man, thank you very, very much for that detailed explanation about version 1.10. I feel like I was one of the, I would say one of the people that was actually going in, I just casually just still playing and just noticing new things. So I was like, nah, man, I have to sit down and just listen to somebody, like, especially someone of your, like, you know, you're doing really, really well in Guilty Gear Strive. So I thought it would be good to hear and just understand and learn from someone that is doing really well in the game. I wanted to ask you a question. How are you finding the new version? Like, do you found that it's a lot better as a game, or do you feel like it's gone a lot worse? Controversial question, but you know, honesty is always the best policy for me.
Yeah, I think yeah, a couple thoughts. One, as an Eno player, I'm obviously a big fan because it buffed her indirectly, right? Like being able to have better defensive options such as FD is really good for her. Canceling JS and JD is a huge buff towards her. Throw PRC, she didn't really need that because all of her mix is high-low mostly. So I think overall, as an Eno player, I really like it. I think overall for the game too, I think it's healthy. I think, you know, a Gold Lewis or a Potemkin doing Garuda 6 times in a row, I don't think that's the healthiest thing for the game. So the fact that they made FD a little bit stronger and give people options to get away, like this is something that like I think I like what they did with Throw RC because like they didn't completely remove it, but they made it like so it's weakened, so it doesn't give super strong players that much of an advantage, and it was kind of abusable too. So I think yeah, overall I've really liked the patches that they've done for this game because I think it's taken the right people in the right direction. Even just like general patch direction, like for Soul, for example. So this patch, they nerfed him, but they also gave him some buffs too. Like for example, his 236K, it has like it has a second hit to it now, which gives like additional mind games. So even though they're nerfing characters, they're actually giving them stuff that's fun to play with. I think that's the way you balance the game, and that kind of shows with the even the philosophy and the general changes there. The changes are really well thought out, and I definitely like them.
Nice. All right, and last but not least, obviously we got the new character, Happy Chaos. How do you find the character overall? Like fighting against him? Have you tried him out? Just what's your general thoughts?
Yeah, I've played him. He's really fun. I personally I've played a couple really good Happy Chaoses, and like while I've done pretty well, I think to myself, like, man, this character is going to be so much more scary in a month. And I think this character actually has, like, huge potential. Even though his defense is really bad, the fact that, like, you always feel threatened at, like, any time in the game is really scary to me. Because I'm like, I have to go in, because if I don't, he's just going to get bullets, he's just going to shoot me, he's going to get concentration. And I think a character that can assert that amount of fear and also, like, mix you up as hard as he can, I think that's a pretty scary character. So I'm looking forward to seeing you know, what it looks like in the future.
All right, awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. For the people that want to find you on social media, let them know. Also, everyone that's watching this video, remember to subscribe to both channels. He's close to 10,000. Yeah, so make sure you lot go and support him, because I really do appreciate him taking the time out and doing this content. So with the social media, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So all my socials are the same. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. DIAPHONE_. Yeah, check me out. I do a lot of Guilty Gear content, but I play pretty much every game. Outside of like 3D games, so you know stuff like the BlazBlue game that's kind of rolled back. I play that. I'm actually huge in BB Tag, so when that drops, I'll play that. And obviously, like, King of Fighters coming out, I'll play that. So if you're interested in learning those kind of games, yeah, consider checking me out. And like I said, I'm almost at 10K, so consider subscribing. But hopefully by the time this is posted, I'll be at 10K. But still consider subscribing regardless. And yeah, appreciate you having me on, King J. It's a pleasure.
Nah, it definitely is an honor, man. Thank you very much for coming on, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video, the engagements, thumbs up, comments. Remember to subscribe as well, both channels. We're gonna be on to the next Skill Gear Strive video. Hope you lot enjoyed. Have a good one.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one, guys.